Hello everybody, welcome back. Hope you're doing well today. Alright, so last episode we left off with just starting to explore the Stormwall Gorge. If we just head out here, we're not quite sure. If you remember, we're trying to find the stolen scroll from wherever it is. I've forgotten, the museum thing in Copper Lane. And it could be in the village, it could be in the gorge. Supposedly it's a farm, I think. In fact, if we just open up the journal for a second. No. What was it called? Was it a task? Oh, it was a task. There we go. The Parable. Group of thieves have stolen the Scroll of Whale from the Hall of Revealed Mysteries in Defiance Bay. The High Archivist Grimda wants me to track down the thieves. Grimda said that one of the thieves mentioned an abandoned farm on the path to Deerford. So, presumably it's going to be in here then. So we'll find out. The other thing just to mention before I finally get going is somebody mentioned about stat bonuses. You know how if you stack stat bonuses in this game, you don't really get the effect. And to check whether that was happening with Aloth, I think you're absolutely right. If we actually look at Brucor for a second, you can see even that the damage reduction Pierce is suppressed. Now, I understand that if you try and stack stat bonuses, that's not effective. That's fine. Reading this tooltip confused the absolute crap out of me. So we're going to leave that where it is. But the point is, it says suppressed for damage reduction Pierce. And I noticed that we do have from the belt plus 5 damage reduction to slash and Pierce. So presumably because we have that DR for Pierce there, this DR for Pierce is being suppressed. Now, obviously, I still want to use this item anyway. That's fine. But I assume that's how it works. I haven't checked if anything's suppressed. Yeah, see, because... Are you wearing 2 of the same ring? Is that a thing that we've done? So you are. So because of that, one of them is suppressed and potentially kind of garbage, right? So maybe I should give that plus 5 deflection to somebody else. That makes sense. The thing that actually brought it up was Aloth, and you are absolutely right. Plus 2 intellect is suppressed, probably because we have plus 2 intellect on this item. That said, or you know, vice versa, I don't think there's any mileage in giving his items to someone else. Nothing suppressed there. Nothing there. And nothing here. So it's really the intellect, the deflection, and the Pierce DR. I'm not too fussed about this one. I think that's okay. Let's just go into the thingy for a sec. I think that's fine. This ring, though, presumably it'd be worth swapping. Maybe with the ring of unshackling. What if we swap them over so that we got rid of that? You would have some extra... What am I doing? So you would have the suppress affliction ability, and oh my god, click him, you donkey. And you would have the deflection. So presumably now, no suppression on the new deflection. That's fine, and you no longer have any suppression on the stuff, and you've got that extra ability. As for the intellect, though. So where are you getting intellect from here? Yes, of intellect plus 2. Does that really change what I want to do? I'm gonna leave you with the with this, I think, and then maybe I could give this to someone else. But you have of reflex, healing bonus. I could just swap them over, I suppose, and give you some more intellect. It's not a huge deal. Just to make sure that we're getting value. Is that a thing? If we did that and then gave you the healing received, which I mean is fine because you're a bit squishy, so extra healing isn't a problem to give you that. It's not a big deal anyway. And then you get a bit of reflex, which will help you avoid the AoE attacks, which is also fine. So let's just make sure if that's done what I think it's done. Yes, nothing suppressed. And oh no, your intellect is suppressed. Where are you getting intellect from? Oh, your hat. I mean, it's not a huge problem. It's just a bit of a shame, isn't it? Could give it to someone else again. We could give you intellect, but do you even want intellect at all? I mean, I suppose area of effect... I suppose that's actually quite good for Kana, isn't it? So maybe I could actually give Kana that and give you the max endurance bonus, which I think would be fine, as long as that's not suppressed. I've not really checked. No, Amulet of Health, and then you've got the... Oh, you have plus... Well, plus 2 is better than plus 1, so your turban is suppressed. No, this friggin' intellect, man. I think I'll just roll with that for now. That's fine. I miss the turban. So that's kind of useless to him right now. I don't know whether there's something else helmet-wise that I can give him. I don't think so. I don't think I have any helmets with stat bonuses. And that is +2. I could just go and give him, you know, immunity boost instead. But I mean, he's still getting the resolve. So I think I'm just going to leave it. It's not super important, but at least we're now aware of that and we can hopefully make a bit more of it. So anyway, that was 5 minutes. We'll never get back.
Yes?
Yes.
Steady does it.
What were we doing? Should we get rifles and stuff out? You can keep your... There we go. Okay. So yeah, we were just going side to side. Seeing what we can find. A deer. A deer is what we can find. There were a lot of lions, if I remember correctly, from last week. Okay. What have we got here? Why are you going so far to loot? Winged helm. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Does anyone want to use the winged helm? I mean, you've had that for a while. Maybe it's time for a change. I do enjoy this for you. It gives you a stat bonus as well, doesn't it? I mean, we can do whatever we want. Why don't we change it up a bit? Because we haven't changed. Oh, I miss seeing his hair though. His hair's really cool, isn't it? But we'll slap a helmet on. Oh, it looks... I don't know, actually. I don't really like it. I might just put him helmetless for the time being, because he doesn't get a stat bonus anyway. And I forgot how cool he looked. So I kind of like him without. So let's just dump that in there. Right. We still haven't done any like proper crafting or cooking. We don't even really bother to enchant stuff half the time, do we? But we'll get to it. I'm not too concerned on that one.
Nice and slow.
All right.
Steady does it. Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's the main pathway. If that is that a cliff. Oh, that's what we were going to do. We were going to go up there and fight, weren't we? I've just remembered. Oh, well. We're doing a bit more exploring first, then. We'll go back. I completely forgot about that. I was so confident that I didn't really need to consult the previous episode. I was like, oh, I know what we were doing. Not a clue. Is there anything down here? I mean, we can run a bit, but...
Keeping an eye out.
No, nothing. How strange. Okay. We can't go in the water, can we? I hope I'm not. Hang on a sec. I'm not. I don't think I can. I'll go there. We'll go fast mode. It was like as if I could click here. Can I? No. Why am I allowed to click there? They can't do it. Okay, that's fine.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea.
So you say. Right, we've got Hiravius,
I shall be quiet as a calm
which at the moment is not a hostile person, so we will have a chat. Hiravius, chewing on a piece of uncooked meat, a small Orlan dressed in tattered leathers offers a mumbled greeting and waves his hand. Despite his pleasant smile, the upper right portion of his face is in a sorry state. An eye patch stitched with a stylized eyeball wraps around his head, and his ear is a mangled remnant that twitches and spasms with while the other ear, perks up at your approach. Next to him is the splayed carcass of a deer that appears ripped open by a bear or a wolf. You hear a gurgling rumble next to you. Sagani places her hand on her stomach. Her eyes are hard on the carcass. Still fresh. Utimark's pink tongue lolls out of his mouth. Alright, let's just settle down, alright?
This is your deer. You need a new game warden. Name's Hiravius. Hungry? I can't eat all this. First catch of the day. Help yourself.
All right, well, there's a lot of extra stuff in there, but we won't go crazy. He steps back, spreads his arm wide, and presents the carcass. You might want to cook that first.
And ruin the original texture? That's the best part! Just see for yourself.
He chuckles and wipes deer bits from his lips. Turning his attention to the corpse, he plunges his hands into the deer's vivisected abdomen.
Eat up!
With a smile, he holds the truncated end of the beast's innards in front of you. I'm not eating it. That's disgusting.
Not even a bite?
A half-hearted show of enticement, he waves the intestine in front of you. Sagani looks from you to the Orlin. Is no one going to eat that? Itzamak licks his lips and whines. What killed that deer?
One ornery Stelgar. Though looking at the deer's insides, it had a malformed but delicious heart, and would have been dead within the year regardless. Galloway chose a fitting end for this fine animal. Pardon me, I shouldn't pray with my mouth full.
He bows his head to the deer, starts to breathlessly chant, then stops abruptly. Alright, tell me about Galloway.
Lord of the Hunt, patron of all seekers. I'm the wrong person to ask.
He brushes his hair aside, allowing a closer examination of his eye patch. A stylized pattern of an eye is embroidered on the worn leather. I thought we already saw that, right?
As a child, I would worship Galloway in hopes of being a great hunter. But I have since come to know Wow, he who sees and is not seen.
Wow. I mean, by the way, somebody may have commented on the past 1 or 2 episodes telling me it's not Whale. I have not yet released those episodes. I really enjoyed Whale, but our dream is over. It's Wow, is it? Okay. Fair enough. Tell me about Wow.
Wow is the god of mystery and obfuscation. Wow does little to intervene, dictate, or limit our actions. But nor does he make himself easily known. I would say I contemplate Wow more than I follow or serve him.
So this god doesn't do anything, but everyone just believes him in him anyway.
Other than the delicious venison, new trees to document, new animals to sketch, new sights to be seen. I've learned as much as I can from the druids of my circle. I'd rather wander and learn than take root and stagnate.
Okay.
So if you're traveling to Deerwood and need another set of hands, I'd welcome the safety of a group.
The druid. I would like to have a druid, but who would we drop? Well, anyway, we can invite him in, right? And he'll just go to the stronghold. Well, okay, go on.
I'm trained by the celebrants of Hawk and Ivy of the Fisher Crane tribe. I know more than my share of nature magic, and, well, I don't shy away from a good fight. I have business with the druids that live near Twin Elms. So long as we find ourselves there eventually, I'm happy to follow along.
Okay, I'm intrigued. You're welcome to join us.
Splendid! It'll be an honor to run with a pack for a change.
So, one character has been dismissed from the party. They will return to either the Black Hand Inn or... or your stronghold if you've acquired it. Yeah. So, if we were to have a druid... Now, I'm not... This is fine. We can leave him at the stronghold for now if we want to. Who would we drop? Maybe Kana? But then I'm doing some quests for him. And Durance... I mean, it depends what kind of skills he has, because I could drop Durance if the druid can do some healing. But it's awkward, isn't it? Because we've already got kind of our main character, who's a bit of a barbarian. I mean, I could drop Brukor, but that would be a bit weird. Then we've got our tank. Then we've got a mage who casts very high damage spells. We've got our priest who does a bunch of healing. I know he's a wizard, not a mage, I'm just saying. And then we've got our chanter who does provide a whole bunch of buffs and is quite versatile. And then we've got our ranger, our huntress, with the ranged weapon and the pet being quite high in damage. And we have a quest. We have a quest I want to do for her. We have a quest I want to do for Kana, and it's Kana I'd be tempted to drop, or it would be Brukor, but obviously I can't. Presumably I can't even drop Brukor if I wanted to. No. So that's really awkward, isn't it? I mean, maybe we have to finish up what Kana wants to do, and then we could drop him for Ravias, but I kind of want the druid. It'll be exciting. I'll probably check through my tasks. I think for now we should probably send him to the stronghold, although I would like to... I can't check my stuff, can I? And if I hit the X, presumably it's going to cancel it. Well, I'm going to hit cancel. What's he done? Tell me I've not lost him. I'll have to reload. Well, can't I look at the party members? I don't want to continue if I've now lost the ability to have him. Okay, well, I might reload and just do that again in case. It says he's joined the party, though. I really don't want to have to go. It's just, I feel like it should show there. Should really hire some of these people for security and stuff. Oh, it's so rough that you can't even look at your party. I think we have him. I think we do. I suppose there's not too much more of this zone. We'll go through the rest of this zone, then we'll go straight to the stronghold or something and have a look. I think that makes the most sense. I really think we can get over there, but I'm not sure how. All right, let's forget it for now. And then when we get back to a stronghold, I'll look and see who we might drop. And if I have messed up and lost him, I will reload and just speed through this, you know, off camera or whatever and do it again. Wait, have I revealed this? Yes, I have. Right then. How do we get in here? Is there stairs there? Pretty sure, wasn't there some baddies here? Oh my god, what are we looking at? It might be easier to go around the top. You're on your ranged chant. Maybe Kana, but like I say, that's a tough one, isn't it? Oh, there we go. Primordial. Okay, let's... oh, is your AI off? Yeah, good.
Ready, Watcher.
Ready, Watcher. Hello there. Right. Everybody out of stealth. Get in there. Fire once. Oh, you've got AI on anyway, but I'm going to switch your weapon soon. Let's mark that one. Don't walk away from me, bro.
Good shot with this.
What affliction have you got on you? Infestation of maggots. 10 damage by percentage of endurance lost over 20 seconds. Well, it's fine. Well, we're not doing too well here. Why? Oh my god, that hurts, doesn't it? Okay, well, we do have that actually, don't we? Let's get your staff out and let's use radiance. Bit of a pain in the arse. There we go. Endurance sets fire to it, though. Oh, what? What was left? I'm confused. Awakened wood.
If it makes you rest easier.
I shall be discreet.
I'm not sure if we really want you to have your... I might just go straight into two-handed with you. Don't forget we also gave him the increased damage. And maybe even Durance's staff, but maybe that's a little bit more debatable. What have we here? Doesn't look like there's anything to do with it. At least not now. Okay, we can interact with that. We'll take a look. I just want to double check there's nothing up here.
And what does the flame reveal?
This will probably end badly. The starlight illuminates a pattern in the ground. You kneel to get a better look. Stone here has been carved with a few simple shapes. A small circular indentation marks the center, and a much larger circle surrounds it. You see what appears to be writing above the two circles. Okay, well, I assume we can do all of these things. So look at the circular indentation. The indentation is shallow and smooth. It looks like it was intended to hold something specific. Okay, I notice we've got like a... Is that a moon shape and then a sun? And whatever that is. Examine the outer circle. Several shapes have been carved along the outer ring. Though most have been worn away, you can make out a crescent above the center. Yeah, a crescent moon. Examine the writing. The characters are completely foreign to you. No doubt the remnants of some long-forgotten language. Wait a while? That's kind of... Oh, do you think we have to wait until a certain time of day? I feel like we probably have to do something, but let's wait a while. You wait a few hours, watching as the stars wink and glow overhead. Will that change if I wait longer? You wait a few hours, marking the sun's journey across the sky. If I keep waiting a few... I realise I might be missing stronghold stuff, but whatever. Okay, the stars wink, so no, nothing's changing, is it? How are we doing on construction? What are we doing? What do? Oh, 17 hours. Oh, the forum. Okay, we need to put something there, then wait.
Hello.
I don't think we have anything we would put in there, right? That I'm forgetting about. It definitely could be the case. Quest items. We've only got the broken blade stuff and some keys. I mean, we could put our tiny spider there. We could put our good boy there. No, I don't think we have anything just yet. And I wouldn't be surprised, you know, if we need to go a bit further into Defiance Bay and do a bit more and then we'll find something. So I guess the scroll isn't here. Maybe it must be in the Deerford zone.
Keeping quiet.
But at the same time, I reckon... Please hit the right button, Pango. There's got to be a way across the gorge, right? But maybe you can approach it from the other direction. I will just go down one more time just to double check. We'll go double speed. And then we can go on to Deerford now. If I go over to that border. But I think I want to go to the stronghold first or somewhere. Just to just to test things out. Yeah, I can't do anything, can I? I assume later things are going to change. So, let's go here. Okay, there we go. There we good? There we go. So we can go to Deerford Village. If I just go back to Copper Lane, does that count as a proper tavern? Should I just go back to... How long would it take? 20 hours to go to Cadnua? Only 6 hours to go here. I can't remember whether you can get rooms in these taverns here. Surely you can, right? You can. I can remember. Yeah. Let's just spend 6 hours going back to Copper Lane then. We'll go to the Goose and Fox or whatever it was called. And we'll probably rest as well. We might even buy some camping supplies. We can maybe sell some junk, although it doesn't really matter at the moment. We have plenty of money. And we're going to have a look through our party. Where's the... it's over here, isn't it?
I beg your pardon?
Sorry. Kalu's always telling me to watch my language, especially around the kids. Guess I haven't had a reminder.
All right, let's settle down. Settle down. We can talk about it later. Right, yeah. So I just want to check what quests we have for our party. Let's get off double speed, finally. Because I want to do them all. I mean, yeah, okay. So that's that one. Hersock. See, that's for Sagani, so that's her quest. I think, is Kana part of this quest directly? No. There we go. Kana. Find Gabranus or the tablet. So he wants to go back into the endless paths, right? This is weird. We have this for Durance, but also he's a healer anyway. I mean, I don't know what the druid can do. This is weird. I don't know what exactly the Trials of Durance are. And then we've got Ida's... Well, I don't want to lose Ida anyway. Oh, well, unless we found out that the Druid's actually a really good tank. So yeah, we have Ida... So we don't actually have a quest for Aloth. You know, and I mean... I mean, we can always swap them back in, whoever we lose, but I don't think I'm cracking up. No, so... Maybe then... Maybe it's Aloth that goes for the time being? You know? Maybe I should take some items off him, but I kind of don't want to. I mean, maybe I should take the Fine Arbalist, although do we have another one anyway? Either way, I'm happy to let him keep his stuff. What am I doing, man? Weapons. Do we have another Arbalist? Maybe not. We do have a fine hunting bow, but it's the knockdown on the Arbalist, which is pretty good. But anyway, we'll see what the Druid comes with. Why don't we swap out Aloth then? He might... Well, I mean, all the characters are going to have interesting things, and I suppose this is why the game's kind of replayable as well, because you'd have different party members in. But let's... What, can I get a room? Let's swap him in, and we'll see how it goes. And obviously, we're more than welcome to change it back, aren't we? Let's put him in. Can I change the order? No. Okay. Let's... Wait, you sell weapons? That's interesting. Is that all the stuff that I've sold to him? Probably. Let's get the remaining camping supply. Do we want to sell... I don't think so. I mean, we've got a whole bunch of stuff we could sell, but we've got plenty of money, so I'm not too fussed. Let's just do that for now. And let's take a look at him, shall we? Iravius. We can move him. I kind of want to keep things how they were and just put him where Aloth was. Let's have a look-see.
Yeah?
Oh my. So he's got a bunch of Druid spells. Charm Beast. Ooh, there's going to be quite a bit to look at. We actually don't have an option to talk to him, which I thought maybe we would. So he comes with a spear and a wand. He's cool. Right, so he's only got some fine leather armor. So that's really what we want to go at first, isn't it? Do I want him to have fine leather armor? Am I happy with that? 30% recovery speed? I don't think I can really give him anything better. Oh, that's not true. I could even give him Aloth's level leather armor. But that only has 6 DR, which isn't brilliant, is it? Area of Effect. Meh. I'd rather him have the DR, I think. Saint's War Armor. Obviously has the second chance, but less DR and less recovery speed. No, I think we'll leave him with that. As for this stuff, we could give him basically whatever we want, right? We can give him the Will. Which one is Will again? Oh yeah, the mentally based attacks. Or we could give him reduction in poison and disease effects. I think we'll give him the Cloak of Will. Very nice. Not too fussed about a helmet for now. Keep his eye patch on display. Do we have any other rings or anything? Where would the rings even be? I assume we've got everything equipped, have we? Why can I not see... Oh, Aloth had all the traps, didn't he? Well, I mean... Oh, Aloth was our mechanics person. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, that could change everything, couldn't it? That could change everything. I know somebody remembered and was screaming internally. Okay, we may change that around. He's very balanced. Got might and intellect, generally the highest, but nothing crazy. Yeah, he's no good at mechanics, so we might have to bring Aloth back in just for that. I've forgotten about that entirely. Or we could just roll without mechanics. Because what do we have? 3, 1, 0, 1, 0. It's looking pretty bad, isn't it? We don't have the best constitution. Anyway, we do have quite high survival. Obviously, these are the active effects. Minor threats, plus 10% of hits converted to crits when attacking the same target as an ally. So, abilities. Oh my days. Weapon focus peasant. So he has got a weapon focus talent. Bonus first level spell. A Scion of Flame. 5 DR for burning. And extra burn damage. Does he even have burn damage? Maybe he does. So peasant is hatchet, spear, quarterstaff, hunting bow, and unarmed. So I'll tell you what, before we do anything, forget the wand then. Spear is fine, but we can give you a hunting bow, can't we? The fine hunting bow. Let's do that for the time being. Okay. And yeah, maybe I should take Olaf's rings and whatever and give it to him. But I'm kind of like, I don't really like gaming it like that. I like them all to have their own gear, and then they can just be swapped in and out at a moment's notice, and that's kind of it. We can give you some potions in case. Oh, what lore did you have? 4, okay. So you could actually use some scrolls if we wanted. Nature's Mark is what again? Oh yeah, reduce it. Well, we can give you that. And why don't we give you a healing scroll? That's fine. Okay, so for now, that's it in terms of his equipment. Let's go back to what we were looking at. So cat flurry attack. 1 per rest. So plus 33% attack speed for 12.5 seconds when in cat form. Minor threat, we read that one. Second wind, we know that. Healing from survival. Spirit shift Stelgier. So presumably that's his cat form, and I presume that's also the only form he has. It doesn't tell me, but it looks like a cat. Once per encounter. Alright, so presumably he turns into a cat for melee DPS. Okay. Charm Beast. AoE, only beasts. For 10 seconds they'll be charmed. Dancing Bolts is faux AoE shock damage. I mean, I'll look at these in more detail when we need them, you know. Nature's Mark is like the scroll he just got, actually, which is reducing defenses for enemies. Nature's Vigor. Ooh, Friendly Heal. Ooh, that's quite nice, isn't it? Mild regeneration effect for everybody. Okay. Sunbeam. Burn damage. Okay, there you go. Burn damage. Blinded as well. Talon's Reach is a... Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? An AoE with slash damage. Tanglefoot, Hobbled, you know, I guess that's predictable. Vile Thorns. Pierce damage. Oh, and it's poisonous as well. Winter Wind is frost damage. Or cold, I don't know what they call it. Icy Wind, ice damage, freeze damage. It's literally in front of me. Okay. Autumn's Decay. Corrode damage. Man, he just has a spell for all types of damage. So he's actually quite a good replacement for Aloth. It's just that mechanics that I haven't... I've become very dependent, haven't I? Okay, I mean, we could respec someone though, couldn't we? Anyway, freeze damage from Blizzard. He has got so many spells. Burst of Summer Flame, burn damage, Area of Effect. Again, I'm not going to go too deep into exactly how each spell works, because we'll see when I run into trouble. Small Rain Blight. Wind Blight, Earth Blight, okay. It's like a slow... Oh, no, sorry, it's a slow spell. So is it like a summon then? Yeah. Like a mini pet for a moment. Firebrand. Okay. Powerful blade. Powerful sword with a fiery blade. Hold beasts. Paralyzing beasts. Okay, that's pretty cool. Insect swarm. Pierce damage over time. Yeah, that's kind of predictable. Taste of the Hunt. Okay, a damage over time, and extra pierce damage, are we saying? Oh, and no, I see. It's a primary attack, and then all of his damage heals him. That's pretty spicy. Woodskin, extra DR. Is that for friendly? Yeah, it's not even just him. He could replace Durance, you know. He has the heal. Was that Nature's Vigor? Yeah. I don't know how many spells can he cast, though. 5? He can do it 5 times, but it's not free. The only thing Durance has is this is free, the Holy Radiance, but it's not... I guess it's not that good, right? Really, his spells are better. I think Durance might be out.
Need something?
At least for now. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So that's Woodskin, which obviously gives everyone a bit of DR. And it's to pierce, shock, burn, and slash. That's pretty good. These things, I may have to look more in detail about what type of damage enemies are doing as we get into tougher situations. Beetle Shell. Friendly target, stasis shield. Fixed amount of damage before shattering, but the target is in stasis, can't do anything. Infestation of maggots. Oh, that's what happened to us. That's what happened to us. Yeah, damage by percentage of endurance. Lost over 25 seconds. Nature's Balm. Oh, a bigger heal. Huge heal. Okay. Purge of toxins. Yeah, immune to poison and disease for an ally. That's potentially really good. Returning Storm. Shock damage. Might stun as well. Nearly done. Spreading Plague. Hobbled. Weakened. Oh, I see. And it jumps around. That's kind of cool. That's actually really cool. Then we got Stag's Horn, which is a just a straight damage, isn't it? Enormous Staghorn to attack, pierce damage, penalty to deflection and reflex, and Twin Stones, which I think we know Twin Stones, don't we? It's just it throws stones. Yeah. They do deal crush damage to anyone in their path, though. You gotta be a little bit careful. Right. Okay, I think knowing what we know...
Greetings.
Knowing what we know, I think I'm actually going to dismiss Durance for the time being, even though we've got that quest for him.
You walk your path, I'll walk mine.
Yeah, okay. I think we're going to roll with this for the time being, so that we can keep Aloth, and this is why I'm glad I didn't swap all the gear. We can just do it like that, that's fine. And he can actually do some healing. Where's Nature's Vigor? Or it's combat only? Is it? Oh, it's quite a small... it's quite a small... And it is only mild, but obviously this one is a lot more. However, it's still not a very big AoE, is it? But then that's probably, in part at least, due to his poor intellect. It's not that bad, but that would increase the area of effect if we could get more intellect. Okay, this is fine. Right, so are we happy? I think so. I think we can actually just move on now. And we'll see how it goes. It may be that the healing isn't enough. Especially, he only has that one healing spell. And it is very short range. It's very short range. I don't know what happens when he's in cat form. In terms of, can he still cast spells? Maybe not. We're going to have to see on that one. Definitely support, I think. Behave normally unless they're engaged in melee and reduce to less. So it only shapeshift by default. Let's defend self. What if it's aggressive? Nearby enemies is defensive. Aggressive is seek out enemies. Why don't we say nearby enemies for you? And we won't put you on using your abilities for now. We'll see how we go. If we just get wrecked and need more healing, we'll change it up. Right. So, basically we've achieved nothing. We will rest while we're here. And I guess we'll get Perception Resolve, maybe Intellect and Lore. The price doesn't matter. Dexterity, Survival, Defense when disengaging. Let's get the Worldly Wonders here, like I wanted. Okay, right. We'll see how we go. It could have been a huge mistake. Also, I think I need to get the bow equipped by default, but we'll see. We'll see how we go. Could be. I mean,
Yes?
don't you have a heal? Is this a heal? No. No, it's your... You have a... Don't you have a heal? Oh, it's your passive, isn't it? You have a passive, correct? Ancient Memory? There we go. Causing allies within range to benefit from constant endurance regeneration while the chanter is chanting. But what is the range? 6.4 meters. How... Well, presumably it's that range, right? So it's pretty good. Okay, anyway, this is fine.
Right.
So, we can actually just leave. How are we doing on the stronghold, just quickly? We'll never know. 1 hour. Okay, well that's going to be done. So we didn't find anything at the gorge, so we have to go to the village, but that's really far away. So what oh, it's 15 minutes. 4 hours. I don't want to lose too much time. Nah. Okay, we'll go to the wood area. Because if I go here, we're going to lose 12 hours of building stronghold stuff. So we'll lose 3 hours. That's fine. Let's go to the plains. We'll build something at the stronghold, and then we'll go on to Deerford. I think that's fair enough. I think that's fair enough. Right. Also, I did note, didn't we have a quest actually to build? Restore the Eastern Barbican. We've done that though. Yeah, well, I guess we just don't have the next step here yet. Wait. No, I need to find the leaden key. Oh, I just looked here. Listen. I didn't sign up for this saying I had a brain, did I? Right, let's build. So we built the forum. I basically just want to build everything, so I'm not too fussy here. A random plant would be kind of good, wouldn't it, to get those going? I don't really care, though, like, if we're being real. Maybe I get the secure... Maybe I might just go down the list now and get whatever. So let's get towers, you know? 3 days. Right. Let's go to Deerford Village for the first time. And see what we find. Hopefully there's going to be a farm here on the road to Deerford. Is it that? That's a church. See... That's why I'm a bit confused about the farm. Unless I'm cracking up. Could it be somewhere else? I don't know. Well, anyway, let's explore, shall we? Just minding our own business? Are you sure? Cooling our heels until Medrith says the job's done. Talk with Medrith. Is that you? An elf idles by the road, watching the village across the river. He nods at you as you approach, and the cowed figure standing near him falls silent.
Hail and well met.
Greetings. A look of horror slowly forms on his face. Blazes. You've just come from the village, have you? How bad was it? How bad was what? Haven't you heard? There's a murderer on the loose. Said to have gone mad with grief and strangled a dozen healthy children from... Oh, when her own was hollowborn. He nods at the figures with him. We've come all the way from Defiance Bay to bring her to justice. She's here? He nods across the river. She's hiding out in the village. We'd go in after her ourselves, but the problem is, she knows our faces. There's no telling what she'd do if she saw us coming. We'd like to avoid any further unnecessary bloodshed. He leans closer. Her name's... Oh my god, what's... Nifra. Nifra. It's definitely not what it is. Her name's Nifra. She's an Orlan. We want to get her out of town so that we can deal with her cleanly. She knows we're looking for her, but if someone to convince her that it's safe to leave... I don't know anything about this yet. I'm not so sure about this. He lays a strong hand on your shoulder. A mad woman like that is everybody's problem, friend. Just keep an eye out. If you come across her, remember what I told you. I promise I'll make it worth your while. Well, we know what she did, right? I'll say it anyway. Yeah, murder, yeah. In Defiance Bay, terrible thing.
Greetings.
Alright, well... Supposedly we need to lure her out, and she may well be a baddie, but we're just gonna... We're gonna cool off on that until we have a bit more info. Just have a little gander behind the temple here. I mean, I'm not searching, but...
Which is not very polite.
Golden celery, very good.
Laying low.
Obviously these guys are golden borders, so we don't really care about them. Okay. Let's have a look in here, shall we? How bad could it be? How bad could it be? Okay, I'm spooked.
Quiet.
Quiet indeed. Okay, well, we're going to have to talk to him, aren't we? No, that's stealing. I didn't think it would be stealing. Flames dance amid scattered offerings. Keys, coins, and the tiny skulls of birds and mice are mired and melted. Mired in the melted and hardened wax. I see. I see. All right. You must be wanting Biodmar. Biodmar? He's out of town. I'm just keeping the candles lit till he gets back. Out of town, is he? Is there nothing else in here? Well, straight up, that's it. I have to see what's in here. Scroll of Missile Barrage.
I'll take a look.
Alright, well, fair enough. That was a completely wasted trip then, wasn't it? Biodmar. He's out of town. I wonder what that means. Alright, well, I guess we'll go have a look then. A word traveller. I only require a moment.
Good day to you.
The guard gives you an appraising eye. You've recently come to Deerford, I take it. I don't suppose you saw a young elven or noblewoman on the road. I'm stuck in this wretched place with the rest of my unit until we find her. Who is she? Lady Alice. He bites his lip. She's the daughter of Lord Nestor Harond, and she's gone missing. He sighs. Perhaps you could go speak with Lord Harond at the inn. He'd be grateful for your assistance. And it could be the villagers will open up to you more than they have to us. Okay, we can do that. Let's just have a little gander. Oh.
That's unusual.
It is. I wasn't even sneaking. Oh, a grappling hook for free. Brilliant. And a ripple sponge. Which is... Oh, not a ripple sponge. It's the bloody... It's the drugs again. The bad uns. The substances. We don't do drugs here. I think I mentioned this before. I never used the drugs in, like, Fallout and stuff either. I don't know why. I couldn't be bothered with it. The crash and managing it, and I was like, oh, nah. Nah. Okay, right. We'll grab that. Well, I mean, we've done half the village now. We might as well do the whole outskirt. That would be stealing, apparently. White leaf. Well, we don't steal. Would definitely like to do another playthrough where I just steal everything. But, I mean, maybe I'm going to play game 2. I don't know. We'll see. And I'm definitely... If I do, I'm definitely going to do a whole different setup and way of doing things. Grieving Mother. This middle-aged peasant woman is dressed in a brown leather cloth... Oh, sorry. In a brown leather cloth draped down to her knees. Fair enough. Her hands are working at separately stringy, colourless vegetables in a pile before her, stripping the heads off of the long, fibrous stems with a paring knife. She discards the stems one by one, placing the heads of the vegetables into a small cradle-like basket in front of her. She doesn't greet you as you approach. You're not sure she even knows you're there. Excuse me? The woman doesn't respond. She keeps stripping the heads from the vegetables with a steady rhythm. She may be deaf. There's no indication she heard you. Study the woman. At first glance, she seems nothing more than a middle-aged woman. Unremarkable, maybe less stern than most, who seems more focused on the weaving in her lap than her surroundings. Yet you suddenly notice she's not stripping the vegetables before her any longer. She's weaving, and the vegetable parts are now missing. She still pays you no mind, her brown locks torn and snagged from lack of washing, like many of the townsfolk you've seen. There is a strange blur to her. Even the motions of her hands seem to be playing with threads that lack colour, in a shape that lacks interest. It may be that she is half-minded, or deaf, but something feels wrong. As you watch, her knitting takes on an odd cadence, and you have a terrible suspicion that something lurks beneath what your eyes are showing you. Okay, this is spooky. Focus on the woman. Her brown hair is long, almost impossibly to the length of her hands. As you follow the streams of her locks downwards, the hairs become long and black, splitting off into threads of black and silver, and wrapping around her hands. She is forming a soul cradle with the threads, braiding a net in front of you, each finger long and sharp like a series of knitting needles, almost hypnotic. The silver and black strands of her hair weave together, with silver predominating as a highlight, the black shadowing it. And suddenly, you are calm. You are on a plateau, almost the height of a tower, several stories high. The plateau is like a table lying beneath a clear sky, and beneath the plateau, surrounding it in all directions, a forest hazy with mist, although whether it is actual mist, or distance, or a recollection. Recollection! My god. Resting in the curve of a natural arc above you is a great copper bell. Arch, my god, I can't read. Half again the size of a man, hanging at attention as if looking down on you and the event unfolding before you. The plateau has soaked in the sun, and the rock beneath you is rough and warm. The sky forms a cradle around you. You feel different. Not disembodied, but you feel your body. Your physical contours have changed along with the surroundings. And you hear the soft series of chimes, like wind chimes. At the sound, the scene gains colour and texture, as if the sound is beckoning you gently forth, filling your senses and thoughts, like mist roiling softly, into a sealed chamber. And focus on the chimes. The chime coaxes you deeper into the memory, and you're certain it is a memory, a warm one. You are on the stone of the plateau, your knees on the warm texture of the ground. Silver, white, shimmering like Adra? The plateau is formed of it, glistening in the sun. You can feel the heat on your skin, your wrists and your hands. Your hands are in motion. Weaving. Not thread, but gathering. Tenderly moving along the first movements of Barath's wheel. Your hands are wet. Your hands are upon the flesh of a newborn child. You can feel the crowning of a tiny head, turning in your grip. Its head is slick, wet from the womb. The hands you are wearing, inhabiting, have done this many times, and they are practiced and confident. You can feel distant pains in your own head as the head emerges, a stream of fluid from the womb helping the newborn slide forth, and a woman's laboured breathing crying out. Focus on the child, the movement of your hands. As your hands move, you hear the sound of chimes, clear, cutting through the haze of memory. You cannot see where they're coming from, but they are close, and they are meant as a comfort. Of that you are certain. Draw the child forth. And coaxed by your hands, every movement causing the chimes to sound again. Almost eagerly the child comes forth, and as it does, your hands are in motion, weaving, moving along the length of a soft, wet rope. No, an umbilical cord from the legs of a naked woman before you. You are holding a small child, still wet from the womb, before you. Dummy. The child cries out, its cry full of life, full of soul, the ringing of chimes echoing in its thoughts, filling it with its welcome. The soul is blurred at the edges, as if you are viewing a soul from within a soul, but it is there, it is alive. The woman before you is weeping, and at her first cry, the hands reach out for it. Surrender the child? You surrender the child to her, something you have done many times before, and as your hands move, the chimes echo the movement, and you realise the chimes are hanging from the cords at your wrists, and where once they echoed in the memory, they are now echoing in the child's mind as well. The chimes are intended to welcome the child, to be its first gentle greeting into the world, a soothing sound guided by the tender motions of your wrists. You are helping to weave its thoughts, its perceptions, and the experience. The woman laughs with a ragged joy, laughing from a parched throat. Her emotions seem soothed, but the physical demands of labour have left her exhausted. But the child is here. The child is safe, and all atop the plateau is peaceful, calm, distant, flattening out as the memory persists. Slowly pull back, retreat from the memory. What the fuck was that? What even? Okay, well, with effort the scene bleeds of colour, and your mind becomes your own again. There is no pull, no anchor, yet the sound of chimes remains as they existed in the memory. They sound here as well, and they are hanging from woven braids on the wrists of the woman before you. Even as your head is spinning from the touch of her mind, the sound of the chimes on her wrists is sharp and clear, as if coaxing you back to the real world. The woman still sits before you, but she is nothing like what you first saw. She is wearing black, shredded garments that drape over her form like streamers. Her hair is streaks of black and run through with silver. Her age is almost impossible to tell. She simply feels old, like a crumbled watchtower. As she lifts her head to face you, you see that her hair is draped across the front of her face like a veil. When you first saw of her, or what you first saw of her, was a mental glamour of some sort, unconscious, and you realise what you see is not what the world sees, and you are perhaps the first to see her true self. Still, you don't sense a threat in the realisation. If anything, you feel a sense of relief from the figure. You can hear her thoughts, and she is glad at last to be seen. Get away from me, seems harsh. What did you do to me?
I am seen, but the eyes of others do not remember. You were the first to see me as I am, the call stripped aside.
There is a light touch on your mind, a caress, and her left hand mirrors the motion of the touch, reaching up to the air between you. You hear the chime on her wrist sound. Softly, her hand moves as if pantomiming, resting on the cheek at a distance, and she speaks softly and slowly.
Your memories. A cadence of wheels on a caravan track. Fever. Questions by running water. Violence in a night's campfire. Arrows in the dark. And fleeing. Falling rock and cracking stone. And a storm. The storm.
She stops, her hand frozen in the air.
The storm that brushed you. Did its screaming wake you from your mind's cradle? Your memory of it is painful. Its cry is difficult to ignore. It's like a child. Many children crying out.
Be cautious what you read in my mind. What happened between us? I think we go with this one. I encountered a Beerwick. Yes, and it did something to me. Her hand withdraws shyly, the chimes sounding softly once again. The woman stands uncertainly as if she's been sitting for some time, or is too weak to bear her own weight. You notice her cheekbones are tight, her face gaunt, yet while her stance is weak, she seems determined to stand before you.
You are able to see me.
It is almost a question. You suddenly realise she doesn't seem to know what you saw when you looked at her, the image on the plateau, yet the image was so clear, so sharp. You're surprised she didn't feel you there.
To see me is a rare gift. A watcher's gift.
Oh, rip. We don't have the cipher requirement. I've never been able to do that with a living person. How was I able to enter your dream? Was I helping a woman give birth? I was in your head and hers. You said you could hear a storm in my thoughts. Let's go with, was I helping a woman to give birth? I was in your head and hers.
So many questions, thoughts whirling like storm winds. That storm still roars through you, deep beneath your thoughts, yet muted and secret, like an underground river. I cannot tell if it is carving new channels or eroding what keeps your true strength buried.
Well, that's that's quite a deep look at things. Yes, it could be.
The fact that you could hear it at all, survive it, is something few have ever done. Your power will grow stronger with each soul you touch, as it allowed you to reach out to mine.
There is a silence, and although it seems to last for but a heartbeat, in your thoughts it stretches out between the two of you, like a pull between your minds. You blink, take a breath, and then you realise she wants to ask you a question, yet can't form the words, as if assembling them is painful, or there simply are not enough pieces. Assemble the thought. Do you wish to travel with me? She wants to join the party as well. Oh, it's too much at once. Well, I don't. We don't want to say you can't stay here. We don't know what the hell's going on. So let's say, do you wish to travel with me? You feel a wave of fear, gusted with the strength of relief, although oddly, her expression does not change. The fear dissipates, and you feel strength and certainty, as if the plateau from her memory lies beneath you, and a calm sky looks down upon you. How strange. So she is a cipher. And her name's just Grieving Mother? Interesting. Alright, well for the moment I think we're going to leave her out because we can't do too much at once. So we've got quests to do for existing characters that I still want to... Do you know what? I've said that. And I've done this. Kana's quest is to go in the Endless Paths. We literally could just take him out again whenever we want to go in the Endless Paths, couldn't we? I hadn't really thought of that. Because I'm not going to go back in there for a little while. Do I want to have her hang out for a bit? Is that going to make the party a bit too unbalanced? Maybe.
Safe travels.
Let's try it out. I know it's getting a bit weird. Learn of her past. Well, yeah, let's just keep her around for a bit. Like I say, if we go to the Endless Paths, we can swap him back in. Man, what a bit of a slow episode. We've been looking at a lot. So I don't fully understand ciphers. I did read them at the start of the game, but that was a long time ago now. There's a bit to go over. I'll tell you what, we'll go over it at the start of next episode, so it's not too much. But what we will do is just check her equipment. This picture frightens me, but hey. So she's got a fine crossbow and a fine dagger. I should just quickly check if she has... No, she does not have a weapon, boosting talent. As far as I can see at a glance, anyway. What's she got on? Fine padded armor, DR6. So she has a dagger. I mean, I assume ciphers can just use whatever. I suppose I'd rather she was ranged. I tell you what, though, I've now ditched Kana's healing. Maybe I shouldn't have her in. I will give her that anyway. the immunity boost. You want to give her a helmet? Should we got a cool helmet that would suit her? Maybe a hood would be good for her. It kind of looks like it should be there. Why don't we let her have a hood for now? Good point. Maybe it's going to be a bit dodgy, but we'll have a look through her profile at the start of next episode, and then we'll decide whether to keep her in. I'm assuming at the inn we can just swap everybody out anyway, so it's not a big deal. I'll tell you what, just before we leave, let's just finish scooting around the edge here. See if there's anything else to grab. But yeah, I'm not totally sure what I want to equip with the Cypher and stuff, but I'll look through her talents. I'm kind of leaning towards taking Kana back just for that endurance regeneration, although I haven't really noticed it being super powerful. But it might be. It might be. At the end of the day, we can't have everybody, can we? And we can't cover all of our bases. Wait, so hang on. What's over here? Not much. Let's just go a bit quicker. Okay. Well, we didn't stealth, to be fair, but I don't... We can't go there. There isn't anything, is there? Let's just check over here quickly. And I think that's it. Yeah, we can't even go down there. So I think we'll call it there. And next episode, we'll take a look at the Grieving Mother, at her abilities and how things work. And then just decide whether we want to keep her in the party for now or get Kana back. Or even if we decide to not have Kana and just have Durance as well. I don't know. We'll have a look through. We may as well look through her character and her stuff, though, and have a basic understanding of what she does. So anyway, for today, everybody, that's all the time we have. Thank you very much for joining me. I know it was a bit of a slower one. We did a lot of talking, a lot of going over stuff, but it's quite interesting. I'm here for it. So, have yourself an awesome day, and I will see you in the next episode.